And now that that habit is there, you think that that's what you are. No, it is just a habit. And habits are beautiful, you know. Yes, yes, they are. The habit shows you that you were consistently and persistently doing something. That's what the habit shows you. And it also shows you that you've been doing that thing because of how you felt. So you see how incredibly strong you are? Strong-minded to stay focused? Do you see it? Do you know what it takes for you to stay focused and do the same thing the same way every time? Hello, that is a skill. So you see, do not allow yourself to be dissuaded from forming a habit. The most powerful tool in your toolbox is to create a habit. Why, Angela? Whatever do you mean? Well, when you create a habit, it is neurological, and that is how you will live. So if you go back through the recesses of your mind and you watch yourself living from a particular place, perhaps living from the place of your inner critic. Hello? I just told you the inner critic isn't real and it doesn't exist. It is somebody else. It's a cuckoo in your nest. Hello? It's a habit. Habitually, you live from the place of the inner critic. So how do you stop? Step one. Who do you say I am is? Who is it that you want to be instead? What do you want to be instead? That is step one. Always, you must identify who you want to be. Well, it is the blueprint. It is how you're going to replicate, duplicate, hello, to live in the outside world. It is always the thing that drives us, that inner. As within, so without. That is the principle of correspondence. So this is why it is important for you and I to decide, who do I want to be? Remember, it is not, is it possible for me to become it? A habit will tell you, yes, girl, everything is possible. Why? Because the moment you lay it down neurologically, you are it. So that's what makes all things possible. The moment that you make it neurological, shoot, that'll either be your win or your loss. It just depends on what you decided to lay down neurologically. So step two, how does one lay it down neurologically? Like this. Step two says, experience in imagination what you would be doing in reality if you were who you say you wanted to be. I don't understand, Angela, what you mean by experience in imagination, what I would be doing in reality if I were the man or the woman I wanted to be. It means this. There's something that you would be doing, is it not? If you were the man or the woman you wanted to be. If you were a triathlete, shoot, you'd be training every day, wouldn't you? You'd be in the gym every day. If you were a gymnast, you would be in the gym every day. 8 hours a day, you'd be in the gym, would you not? That's what you would be doing. So, what is that thing you'd be doing in the gym? As a gymnast, you'd be tumbling, you'd be lifting weights. Pick one that you'd be doing naturally at the gym. If you were a baker, if you were a chef, what would you be doing all day, every day? Mastering your recipes, would you not? So then you would be either hearing or seeing people commend how beautiful your food is, and they would be recommending you to other people. So then you'd be seeing reviews of your food, would you not? But you would be doing something that confirms for you, you are the man or the woman you wanted to be. you're going to be doing something. You will be looking at the evidence to say, oh my God, I'm it. Well, how would you know? You need to see it. So the first place one sees it is in their mind's eye. Why? Because when you see it in your mind's eye, that one thing you'd be doing over and over and over and over and over again, all day, every day, you're a sculptor, you are going to be, you're going to have a little knife with your clay. You're going to have the little wheel that you put your clay on, and you're going to be tapping the pedal and turning that clay all day. So you better love being a sculptor. Mm? Yes, because that's what you'd be doing. There will be the evidence to show you, oh my God, I made it. I'm doing what it is that I said I wanted to be. There will be evidence, or else how would you know? So you see, the evidence is the thing that you choose to say, yes, this is what I'll be doing. And you start seeing it in your mind's eye. Why in there? Because it's neurological. Where else is your brain? We call it muscle memory, right? We call it muscle memory. So what do you have to do to that muscle to give it a memory? Work it. So that is why you experience in imagination what you would be doing in reality. You see yourself run the race before you do. Or as your driving instructor says, see yourself turning that corner. Where's that corner going that you're going to turn? See it. So over and over and over in your mind's eye, you see what you would be doing. Now, not just seeing as in visualizing, seeing the way the dancer does. Every time you see a dancer, where they at? In the studio, in front of a mirror. Why are you going to be in front of the mirror? Because you have to see what you are doing. Why do you need to see it? So that if you get the step wrong, you can say, whoa, whoa, that's not the step, baby, let's do it again. Because the step is supposed to look like this. And you show yourself what the step looks like and you do it. You show yourself and then you do it. You show yourself and then you do it. What? So, you're not pretending. The dancer does not pretend that they're doing the step. They mentally do the step. So you have to mentally do what it is you say you would be doing if you were the man or the woman you wanted to be. You must mentally do it. Because when you mentally do it, that's where you make all your corrections. Why? So that when you do it in real life, it is perfection. You see, this is the part that nobody sees. Like that drummer. Listen. I don't know who he is. I don't know what his name is. But everybody says the exact same thing in the comments. How do you make it look so easy? Because y'all are only seeing the outside. But what you don't see is the mental work that he does. Mentally, he plays the drums first. He hears the rhythm in his head. And as he hears the rhythm in his head, he feels it in his body. So that when he hits the drum the way he hears it in his head, he knows he is right. But if he hits it and he's off, how does he know he's off? He's hearing it somewhere in his mind's eye. We call it imagination. Child's play. No, it is how you live your life. It is the neurological way that you live your life. So step 2 is to experience in imagination what you would be doing in reality if you were the man or the woman you wanted to be. And step 3, when you get step 2 just right, like the dancer or the drummer, it is going to make you feel. What is it going to make you feel? Well, excitement, because you got it right. And so then you keep doing it till you can't get it wrong. That's what you do. You do it and you do it and you do it and you do it and you do it, and it makes you feel so good. And you're like, oh my God, I'm doing it. So that when you play those drums, or you knead that dough, or you decorate that cake, or you sculpt or you sew the dress or the pants. You are following the pattern that you have laid down in your mind's eye. And let me ask you this. Now do you see why it is so important that you be the one to set the pattern down? Because then you will know when you make a misstep. How you going to dance to somebody else's rhythm and you don't know what the steps are? This is why your quote-unquote self-worth, you see how redundant that is now? That's the only worth there is. It is the only worth that brings one peace of mind. Because you don't know what somebody else expects. You could go and talk to 20 people, and they could all say, some of them will say, you look good. Some will say, try again. Then what? Where are you? You've lost yourself in the opinion of others. And that is not how we are meant to live. That is not how we are meant to live. We are meant to set the parameter to say, who do I say that I am? And when you know that, you will live a life that is peaceful. Because you're not trying to please Harry, Mary Jane, Dick, and George. Shoot, they can't even please themselves. But you want to live to please them? That's a surefire way to drive yourself nuts. These nuts. But I digress. So I trust that today, the only voice you hear is the one that says, well done, George. You did it. You set the parameter. You're dancing to the beat of your own drum. That's my value. That's my worth. Because it is who I say I am is. That one right there. So remember, there is no inner critic. Anytime you catch yourself saying, oh my God, my inner critic, remember what it is. Remember, you have allowed a cuckoo to come along and lay an egg in your nest, pushing out you. You. So, today, who's in the joint with us? Who is kicking it with us? Because I want you to mull it over. I'm not going to preach at you all morning long. I got to get ready, and I got to feed my chickens and make sure that she's still sitting on that egg. Oh, yes, she is. Wait, what's today? 7? Ooh, we have 4 days, and then we're going to have a baby chick. I hope you are as excited as me. Yes. You see, that's how you should be in this world. To know that neurologically, you are experiencing in imagination what you would be doing in reality. And you become so excited by it that you're like, oh, 21 days. Why? Because every vision has its appointed hour. It will ripen. It will flower. If it be long, wait. It will not be late. So you know what keeps us from asking, are we there yet? You know what keeps us from asking that question? The excitement of what we've planted. I didn't lay that egg, but I'm excited. Right? So that's what you do. What you plant. Be excited about it. What you want to accomplish, be excited about it. The change that you want to accomplish in your life, be excited about it. Why? Because it is the excitement that will keep you in front of the mirror dancing to get your steps right. Because trust me, you ever see the feet of a ballerina? Oh, listen, if that is not love, I don't know what is. If that is not love, I don't know what is. All we see on the outside is, oh my God, she can do a pirouette and a plie. But we don't see them toes. That is love. To know that you love what you do so much that your toes will be the topic of much discussion, but you don't care. Why not? Because it is the love of what you do that keeps you faithful to it. That is why you listen. All of them know that's how their feet gonna turn out. But it is the love of ballet and the moves that they make and how flawless they look on stage. That is what keeps us going. Who you say I am is. Anyhow, let me stop. Sugar Visions, the better man. Y'all are kicking it with us today in these YouTube streets. Oh, but wait, I'm just not on YouTube. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and who? TikTok. What? You better hush. Who's back on TikTok? Ow. I'm streaming there again. Hello. That's right. Well before the 30 days, but hey, the law is what it is. But I digress. Uh, OG Bez is in the house with us in these Twitter streets. Hey, I see you. Who's with us on Fanbase this morning? I thought I was going to be on time today, and it's 5:40. I am over. Miss McQueen is here. Flo Smiles is here. Oh, Beautiful Ones is here, and so is Lil Bit, because he going to holler again. Yeah, he's here too. Ursula, darling, she's here. Oh, P. Marquis is in the house. I see you. And I hear you, sir. KZ, the lovely, is in the house. Listen, Flo Smiles, when you make a short, you know I can't play the short sometimes. You know why? Because if I play that short and he hears himself crow, what do you think is going to happen? He going to crow too. Ow. Right? He will crow, girl. Um, so this is what happens. He will crow if he hears himself. But anyhow, thank you all for being here with me today and a little bit. Lady is so quiet, you would never know she's here. She's in the next room sitting on that egg. She don't make no noise really until she's ready. But a little bit, will always make his presence known. So you see, my beautiful friends, as you go through the day today, remember, who I am is. Who am I? Remember, who am I? Who am I? Not according to George. Not according to your mama. If my mother's listening, hey, mommy, because she does listen, she'll tell me, I was listening to you this morning. I say, yes, mama. It is not who your mother says you are, not who your father says you are. My grandmother, on the other hand, was right. Because she says, oh, you talk so much. And every single report card. And here we are. Here we are. Not because they just recognized what I was, even before I knew. But I digress. The most important voice is that of you. As within, so without. So whatever that voice tells you, I'm not talking about jump in front of a car. That's not the voice I'm talking about, because that's not yours either. Any voice that tells you to hurt yourself or hurt somebody else is not yours. I'm telling you. Check that, but it is not yours. Know the difference. Right? And with that, my beautiful friends, countdown initiated. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Much love to each and every one of you who join us here every day, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to hurry. I know you're hungry. Shoot. YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter fan base. I'll see y'all again on the morrow, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Much love. Fan base, you know I always close you last. Tee hee.